Dear compatriot, fellow citizens, permit me to send my heartfelt condolences to the families of the victims who were murdered, brutally slaughtered like goats in Sudan. What happened in Sudan is so inhuman. Such level of impunity has never happened when we were one country. Even when we were struggling for our independence, our revolution leaders by then never thought of killing human beings in such inhuman level. The videos that actually roaming on the social media, flowing in our phones through WhatsApp, are devastating, horrific, and something that you could never imagine, that a fellow human being will slaughter his own fellow human being without fear of God, without fear of humanity. It is devastating. Let me remind you, fellow citizens, our expectations before we gained independence became doomed in the year 2013. Most of you were shocked and surprised after you have seen such horrific videos happening or circulating on social media for the last 2 days. But let me be honest to you. This thing has been ongoing for the last year. They have been killing South Sudanese. The only thing that they were not doing was recording the clip and share them on social media. But afterward, they have realized that we are not mindful about our fellow citizens in Sudan. Then they had audacity to record the clip of human being being slaughtered and then share it on social media so that we, South Sudanese, could see with our naked eyes what is happening with our own fellow citizens in Sudan. Most of you will remember such inhuman act happened in northern Uganda last year. Two very innocent South Sudanese who went there to seek refuge simply because we lost trust, faith, and hope in our country. Our country is facing difficulties and challenges like other countries in Africa. And once your country has challenges, you have no options rather than seeking refuge to another country or in another country. But it became our crime to those who went to Sudan, hoping that Sudan also is part and parcel of South Sudan. To other Africans, there are South Sudanese who have never left Sudan, even after we gained independence in 2011. And now they have been proven wrong. By the rebels in Sudan. It happened in northern Uganda, and none of our government officials came out to condemn it, nor even to speak about it. We went quiet. It happened in Sudan several times. Now we are coming out because we have seen with our naked eyes, because we don't have ears that listen to what's being done to our fellow citizens. It happened in Libya. They're selling human beings. What was condemned by then, slave trade, is happening currently in Libya. And some South Sudanese were recorded. And none of us was concerned about that. Now we have seen it. The only thing we can do is to condemn it at the strongest term possible, because such inhuman act should not be entertained currently. And to remind you, fellow countrymen and women, dealing with a human being that does not have conscience of humanity is the hardest thing, it's rather than you deal with the devil. Dealing with a human being that does not even fear of God or the Creator is the most difficult thing. And we can think through that on how to deal with these people. Fellow citizens, I know most of us lost faith, trust, and confidence in the current government that is handling our affairs. But let's be honest to each other. If you cannot stand up for your own brother, then don't expect anybody to stand up for him or her. If you don't stand up for your own sister, then don't expect any angel to fall down from heaven to take care of that. It is our solid responsibility. And I'm happy the way you came out as South Sudanese to condemn this with the one unison voice. To our government, it is sad really. You have seen, and I believe you have seen those horrific videos. And what is going on in your mind and your heart is you who knows it the best. But you have power. You are our leaders. And being a leader is to take care of the life of people that you are leading. To be concerned of each and every citizen's life matters. To be concerned of their welfare, to be concerned of their properties at the territorial level or the territory area of your country. But we lost all that. We are struggling with the power, we are struggling with the money, we are struggling with anything to make sure we stand out in darkness. No matter how much you chant in South Sudan and the whole country is doomed. And then you are just like a devil who shouts when the whole society is crying. It is only in South Sudan, the country on earth that has 5 vice presidents and the president, 6 individuals in one position called presidency. And we still miss it all. We miss it in terms of protection, security-wide. We miss it 100% in terms of economy. We miss it 100% in terms of territory of our country. It is sad and very unfortunate indeed. I urge you, especially the presidency, I don't have business with other people. The ministers, the parliamentarians, and the rest. Those are just there to protect their own interests. But the presidency, you will go down in the history of South Sudan. You are 6 individuals who can sit and reason together. An English word is stated very clearly. 2 are better than 1. We thought 6 people can handle the presidential docket in our country. We'll set things right. Because 6 brains, we can think they can deliver something fruitful and joyful to the people of South Sudan, rather than shame, sorrows, and lamentations every time. I suggest, fellow countrymen and women, try to reach out to any single relative of yours that is residing in Sudan. If they are still alive, then make an effort on how you can rescue that soul. We rather die in South Sudan than being slaughtered in a neighboring state. I urge the government of South Sudan to come up with the policy and modality as soon as tomorrow to arrange on how to repatriate back our citizens, either in Khartoum or in another part of Sudan. Let them all be repatriated back to South Sudan. They rather join the IDPs in Juba and other part of the country rather than being hunted and slaughtered like animals. Our hearts are heavy with the pain and sorrows. I suggest to the leadership of South Sudan, His Excellency the President Salva Kiir Mayardit, convenes a presidency meeting tomorrow. Discuss 6 of you. You might come up with something positive to rescue those who have not yet been slaughtered in Sudan. President Kiir, you are the head, and I say it several times. We may blame you day and night, but not because of your individual failure, but because you are the head. And being the head, even if it means you dictate to set things right, you rather dictate to make things right. But the worst thing is if you are head or the head of the nation and you dictate things to fall apart, then that is the worst thing ever. Please, make a critical and tough decisions on how to rescue your own citizens that are becoming victims of something that they don't even know about in Sudan. It is your responsibility, Mr. President, to do that tomorrow. Very urgent. It should truly be one of the top priorities tomorrow when you are opening your office. President, there is no life that is so precious than a living human soul. Whether being rich, being poor, being a president, not being a president, our life is equally the same. We are breathing the same oxygen and the same air, day and night. Please, please and please, take a serious action, bringing back all South Sudanese who are residing in Sudan now and make an urgent arrangement to rescue them. To the families, don't rely on the leadership. Let's all join hands. If you find out some of your members are in Sudan and you are incapable of how to bring them, then provide that information to the government of South Sudan and provide that information to the people of goodwill. We can contribute a single dime to support these people and to support this cause. Rescue our people, rescue our people, rescue our people. We cannot become victim at home and we become victim in the foreign land where we always run to seek refuge. It is very unfortunate. To conclude, fellow citizens, I have nothing much to say than to call on all of you. I know emotions might take us out of our character, might cut us away of our way. But let's always remember, we still have majority of South Sudanese in Sudan. And these people need very urgent arrangement for them to come back home. The decision of the country leadership will be the last. And we should not keep quiet. We should always remind them for their own responsibilities. If we rely on the decisions or the commitments of the two countries in terms of what they call diplomacy, and when they kill our own, none of them was diplomatic about the killing. The committees that are being always formed, they end up in trash. Let's not rely on committees. Let's not rely on any investigation. Let's rely on how to rescue the breathing and still alive South Sudanese in the territory of Sudan. To the families, we are all in this. We are all in this. Remember, we are with you this during difficult times. It is horrific and we cannot imagine it. Thank you. And may God protect those who are still in Sudan. May God protect those who are still in the custody of these criminals that are killing people like non-living things. And our prayer without actions will not rescue them. We must act. Thank you so much. And let's keep talking.